let y'all have a second to check those two questions that y'all just did. And then we're going to go ahead and move to 7.2. There it goes.
Whoa.
Okay, so I will highlight the answers for y'all.
Oh,
Okay. Once you get those checked, we're going to go ahead and go to 7.2.
Okay, let's go. Go.
Yes.
Let's go.
How is that?
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
For this one?
On number
On 26? Because it is negative. Oh, that is right. Yeah. And actually, it wouldn't be -8. What would it be?
-4.
Because that should be a negative. It should be -12. Woo!
Oh, how did I get that?
Good catch. Great catch, actually, because that was me making a typo there. What did I get for trying to do it real fast?
No.
All right, so we are all going to go ahead and we're going to flip to 7.2.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so yesterday we looked at adding and subtracting with polynomials. Okay, today we're going to look at multiplying polynomials. So part of the reason we spent time talking about the different names and types of polynomials is because whenever we look at multiplying them, we approach some types of problems slightly different depending on whether or not you're multiplying monomials, binomials. Okay, it just changes how we approach it. So if we look at multiplying a monomial by a polynomial, okay, so if one of the things we are multiplying is a monomial, so one of the things is one term, okay, to do that, we simply just distribute the monomial into the other term, okay? So whenever we are multiplying with things with exponents, okay, so if I was to multiply x to the a times x to the b, what do I do with exponents?
Add them.
Add them. So that gives us x to the a plus b. We have to use that whenever we are multiplying things that have exponents in them, okay? Now, but that only goes when we have the same base. So if we go ahead and look at example 1, okay, for example 1, we're going to look and we're going to start by taking our monomial outside here, and that is what we are going to distribute into that binomial to multiply. So when we distribute, we're going to multiply. What do I need to multiply that x by first? X. What is x times x? It is x squared, okay? Because both of those have an understood exponent of 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, which is where we get the x squared from. What else do I need to distribute that x to? Okay, what is x times 4? 4x. Now, is there any like terms there? No. Is it already written in standard form?
Yes.
Okay, so there's nothing else we need to do there. Okay, if it's not in standard form, you have to put it in standard form. If there's anything you can combine, you do that. Now we're going to look at example 2. So with example 2, we're going to multiply 5m to the third power times a trinomial. Okay, so how many different things am I going to have to multiply?
3.
Yep. So we're going to do 5m to the third times 3m to the second. What is that going to be? 15m to the fifth. Okay, what else do I need to multiply that 5m to the third by? Okay, what is 5m to the third times negative m? Negative 5m to the fourth. Because what is the exponent understood on negative m? 1. All right. What else do we need to multiply that 5m by? Okay, what is 5m to the third times negative 7? Negative 35 m to the third. Because does this 7 have any m's? No. So there's nothing I need to worry about with the exponents. Okay? And so that is all we have to do from there. Okay? Is that in standard form? Yeah. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at questions 2, 4, and 6. Okay? And we're going to distribute our monomials into the polynomials. So if we look at question 2, okay, I'm going to start this by taking negative 6p, and I'm going to multiply it by what? Okay, what is negative 6p times p to the fourth? What else do I need to multiply that by? What is negative 6p times negative 8? It is positive 48p. Is that in standard form? Now we are good to look at number 4. So for number 4, we're going to multiply negative 3n and distribute that in. So what do I need to multiply it by first? What is negative 3n times n squared? Negative 3n to the third. Because this has an understood exponent of 1, so 1 plus 2 is 3. All right. Now we need to multiply negative 3n times negative 2n to get?
6n squared.
So positive 6n squared. Then we're do negative 3n times 8. What is negative 3n times 8?
Negative 24n.
And is that in standard form? All right. Now we're going to go ahead and look at number 6. So 6 is slightly different because 6 has 2 variables in it, okay? And whenever you multiply with 2 variables, okay, standard form goes alphabetical order with biggest exponent first, right? Whenever you write one term with 2 variables, it's still alphabetical order. So we will always write the x term then the y term, okay? So do you see how this right here is written as 3xy? That's how we're going to write any of these. We wouldn't ever write 3yx. Okay, we just do alphabetical with that. What do I need to multiply this by first? Okay, so what is 3xy times x squared?
3x cubed y.
3x cubed y. Okay, after we do that, what do I need to multiply it by next?
6y.
So what would 3xy be multiplied by xy? 3x squared, y squared. And then we have 3xy times y squared to get. And is that in standard form?
No.
Yes, it is. Okay. So when we have multiple variables, alphabetical order goes first. So alphabetical order with exponents descending. So x is before y, right? So x to the third is the biggest exponent. Then x to the second. And then this one has x in it. So that's why it goes in that order. So even though y to the third is there, alphabetical order takes precedence over the...
How do you know if it's in standard? Like,
Do what?
how do you know if it's in standard?
So standard form is where your it has to be in alphabetical order with biggest exponents first. So as long as it is in alphabetical order and your biggest exponent of the alphabetical order is first, you're good.
Okay.
All right, so I want y'all to go ahead and take a second, and I want y'all to do 1, 3, and 5 for me real quick.
With these, would it just minus 1?
So you're multiplying, so you have to add the exponents. So it'd be adding 1. So it would be p to the third, q to the fourth.
Okay. Even though the variables are different.
Yep. Yes.
Oh my god.
All right, y'all should be working on those 3 problems. Okay, when you get your answers, you need to check them. If you have questions, raise your hand and I will come look at your paper and talk to you about it. All right. Do we have any questions on those 3?
No.
All right. So the next section asks us to distribute, then simplify the remaining expression into standard form. So we're still going to do, let's do our evens here, okay? So when we look at these, all we are doing, okay, is we are distributing what needs to distribute and combining any like terms we have. So for number 8, is there any, what do I need to distribute first? Mhm. And so we're going to start by multiplying 5w by, which gives us,
Negative 35w squared.
Okay, then we are going to do what next? Which gives us,
15w.
okay, from here, what do I need to distribute next?
Negative 2 to w to 13.
So we're going to multiply negative 2w by 13, which gives us,
Negative 26w.
then we're going to do negative 2w to negative 9w squared. What is that going to give us?
18w cubed.
And it's positive because a negative and a negative make a positive. All right. Now, from here, to write the answer in standard form, which term needs to go first?
18w cubed.
And does 18w cubed have any like terms? No. So we're going to write 18w cubed. What term's going to go next?
Negative 35.
And does that have any like terms? No. So we just bring it down. Okay, what's going to go next? Does 15w have any like terms?
Yes.
What? So what is 15w minus 26w? Negative 11w. So this right here is our answer in standard form. Okay? So all we did was distribute what we could distribute, combine like terms, write it in standard form. Okay? So our biggest exponent goes first, and our exponents decrease each time. All right. Now let's go ahead and look at number 10. So for number 10, we need to start by distributing what?
6x
Mhm.
to 2x.
So 6x times 2x is?
4x squared.
Okay, then we need to distribute 6x to negative 3. What is that?
Negative 18.
Mhm. Then what do we need to distribute after that?
Negative 5 to 2x squared.
Which, what is negative 5 times 2x squared? Okay, what do I distribute after that? What is negative 5 times 9x?
Negative 25.
Okay, then we have negative 5 times negative 3 to get. All right, from here, which term do we need to write first to put it in standard form? Okay, does 12x squared have any like terms? What? What is 12x squared minus 10x squared?
2x squared.
Okay, what goes next? Does negative 18x have like terms? What?
Negative 45x.
So what is negative 18x minus 45x?
63.
Negative 63x. And then what goes last? 15. Does 15 have like terms? So we just bring it down. All right, I also want us to do number 12. All right, for number 12, what do I need to do first? Distribute. Okay, so what am I distributing first?
2r.
What is negative 2r times r to the third?
Negative 2r to the 4th.
Negative 2r to the fourth. Okay, after that, what do I need to distribute to?
Negative 6r to the 2nd.
So what is negative 2r times negative 6r to the second?
Positive 12r
Positive 12r
to the 3rd.
to the third. Then we're going to distribute to 6. So what does that give us?
Negative 12r.
Negative 12r. Now, is anything happening with that plus 4r to the third? No. So if nothing's happening with it, what do you think I need to do to it?
Leave it.
Just write it down. We don't have to do anything to it. Okay? But what is happening with that negative sign next to it? It is like multiplying by a negative 1 right there. Okay? That's what's happening. We have to distribute that into there. So what's negative 1 times 5r to the fourth?
Negative 1 to the 4th.
Okay, then we're going to do, what is negative 1 times 10r?
Negative 10r.
So to put this in standard form, what do I need to do first?
Do this.
Okay, so which term should we use right first?
Negative 2r to the 4th and negative 5r to the 4th.
What is negative 2r to the fourth minus 5r to the fourth? Negative 7r to the fourth. What term's going to go next? And its like term is 4. So what is 12r to the third plus 4r to the third?
6r.
Okay, after that, what do we need to combine? What is negative 12r minus 10r? So that right there is our answer. All right, so I want you to work on questions 7, 9, and 11. So if you have a positive y squared and a negative y squared, what is y squared minus y squared? Cancels out to 0, right? So if it cancels out to 0, is there any need for me to write 0? No. Okay. And so that is what happens on question 9. Okay, when you set up question 9, you will end up getting y squared and negative y squared, which do cancel out whenever you combine your like terms. So the answer is just negative 2y for number 9. The same thing happens with your negative 6v and 6v in question 11 too. Those both cancel out. But that is how we do 7, 9, and 11. Any questions on those 3? Okay, all we're doing is just distributing and then combining any like terms we have. So anytime we are multiplying where one of the polynomials is a monomial, that is what we do. We just distribute, okay? Distribute just like normal, like we're used to, okay? But sometimes we have where we have to multiply 2 binomials, okay? So when we have 2 binomials, we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the back of this page, which is page 4. And we're going to talk about multiplying a binomial times a binomial. Which one? Got it? Okay. So when we look at multiplying binomials, okay? So whenever you multiply a binomial, you are distributing not just one term into the other binomial, but you are distributing both things in the binomial into it, okay? And then you combine like terms, write in standard form just like normal, okay? The order of this distributing is frequently referred to as the FOIL method. The reason it's called the FOIL method is because it tells you like first, outside, inside, last. And I'll show you what that means. So when it is talking about the FOIL method, you start by distributing the first terms in both parentheses. So you'll start by multiplying the first in both. Okay, so A times C is AC. Okay, then you're going to do the outermost parts of the parentheses. So A and D. A times D is AD. Then you're going to do the innermost 2 terms, so B and C. And then you are going to do the last of both terms, which is B and D. Okay. Essentially, all you are doing is just going, okay, I'm distributing this. I'm going to go to the first term, then I go to the second. Okay, then you switch and look at the next thing. Well, I've got to multiply it to the first term and the second. And that's all you're doing. You're basically just distributing twice. Okay? So we're going to do examples 1 and examples 2. And then we're going to go through some even questions again and do some practice. So for question 1, okay, we're going to start just by looking at x here. So I have to distribute that x into the other binomial. So what do I need to multiply it by first? What is x times x? Now, what do I need to multiply that x to next? 4. What is x times 4? Now I'm going to look at the second term in that binomial, and I'm going to distribute that term. So where do I need to distribute it to first? What is 2 times x? Then we're going to do 2 times 4. What is 2 times 4? 8. Okay, is there anything I can write simpler? Yep. So how would I write my answer? Because does x squared have any like terms? No. Okay, but 4x and 2x do to get, and then 8 also has no friends. It's lonely. It's just alone. All right. Now, we are going to look at 2. Example 2. Okay, we're going to start with our first term. Okay, and we are going to look at 2x. What do I need to distribute that 2x to first? X to the second. What is 2x times x to the second? 2x to the third. Or 2x to the third power, 2x cubed, however you want to say it. Okay, what do I distribute it to next? 2x times negative 5 is? Okay. Now, I'm going to look at our 1. So what do I distribute that 1 to first? What is 1 times x squared? Then I need to distribute 1 to... So what is 1 times negative 5? And is that in standard form? How do I write it in standard form? So 2x to the third plus x squared minus 10x minus 5. Yes. Yes. So that is all we have to do. Are there any questions on either of those examples? All right. We're going to do questions 2, 4, and 6. So for question 2, we're going to start with 4x. What do I distribute 4x to first? 4x times x is? What do I distribute to next? What is 4x times 3? Okay, then we're going to look at our negative 7. What do I distribute to first? What is negative 7 times x? Then we need to distribute negative 7 to? What is negative 7 times 3? Is that in standard form? No, because it's not simplified. So what do I need to do? Okay, so what will my answer be?
4x squared plus 5x minus 9.
So it was 4x squared plus 5x minus 21. All right. Let's look at number 4. So what do I need to start with distributing in number 4? 5x. So we're going to do 5x times x to get. Then I need to distribute from 5x to, which gives us negative 5xy. And that is the correct way to write it. We would do x first, then y. Okay, what do I need to start distributing after that? And what do I multiply it to? What is 4y times x? 4xy. And then we distribute 4y to? What is 4y times negative y? Okay, so because we are writing this in standard form, okay, and there are 2 variables, we are still going to put our x first because x is first alphabetically, right? So we will do 5x squared. Then to find our next term, we figure out where x has the next highest exponent. So that would be, to combine our like terms, negative 5xy and 4xy. What does that give you? And then we bring down negative 4y squared. Now, I want to talk about number 6 before we do it. Okay? Because I want to clear up a misconception early that I see that happens a lot. Okay? So, if I ask you to tell me what 2a squared is, what is 2a squared? What is this? 4a squared, right? Because both things get squared, okay? Because we multiply 2a times 2a, And so 2 times 2 is 4. A times A is A squared.
Right.
So whenever you have a monomial that is being squared, both things just get squared, right? But when we have a binomial that is being squared, and there is a plus in here, okay? When we square, we are just multiplying it by itself. Okay? Can I get my answer just by squaring each piece? No, because what has to happen with each of these terms? They all have to get just multiplied, right? So let's do this. What is 2 times 2?
4.
Right? What is 2 times 8?
2A.
What is A times 2?
2A.
Okay? What about A times A? So if I wanted to write my answer here in standard form, what would it be?
A squared plus 4A.
Plus 4.
Okay? So if you were to just square this, square each term, you would miss out on your 4A, right? You have to do the full distribution to get what it is, okay? So make sure anytime you see a binomial squared, you immediately just rewrite it as the product of the same thing. So when I see a question like number 6, I will automatically, before I do anything else, go and write it as A plus 3B times A plus 3B. Automatically, okay? Because that I can easily distribute how I need to, okay? So from here, I'm going to start with my A or B. Okay, and I'm going to distribute that. So A times A is A times 3B is 3B times A is 3B times 3B is 9B squared. To write our answer in standard form, what would it be?
A squared plus 6AB plus 9B squared.
There we go. Okay, so what I want y'all to do is I want you to do questions 1 through 5 for me real quick. And once you get your answers, I want you to check it, and that is where we're going to wrap up today.